All right, everybody, welcome into our Friday show. 9:30-ish, 9:35. I'd hope to start this much sooner, but I don't think people understand how much time it takes to actually prime these to be ready to go. Anyway, tons to talk about. I got some college basketball stuff to go over. NFL props is obviously the main focus. Then we also have we got college basketball, NFL props, UFC 310, and we might get into some other stuff as well. But that's just sort of the lay of the land. I don't want to waste too much time on that. I'd rather just dive in. So first thing I will mention, I have 2 bets or I will say the association last night took a little hit, gave back, about 2 units, but we had over the past 2 days, but we've had 12, we had a 12 unit Monday or Tuesday, so we're well ahead. Anyway, NFL props, but first, I do wanna do a little college basket no, yeah, we'll do the NFL first. Alright. The 2 props I have so far for the NFL, that didn't include Thursday night, these are the only ones I've made a wager on so far, 2 whole props for the NFL. Bijan Robinson, under 69.5 rushing yards. That was at -145, and, Tony Pollard, under 16.5 rushing attempts, -105. So that's all I played so far. Yesterday I posted some anytime touchdown scores and interception props on X, but this is going to be much more player uh, focused than just those two. All right, so let's see what we got in our queue here. Let's go to receptions. As you guys know, I like the receptions and attempts more than the yardage props. So let's see what we got as far as receptions coming here. Just sorting through our okay. Showing a little value on the Malik Neighbors under Drew Lock was horrible um in his one showing this season. But I know I did some analysis at the beginning of the season, which showed that he had one of the highest depths of target per his throws in the NFL. So he would throw about on average 10 yards downfield. Um, but again, these are not yardage. These are just receptions. Uh, But Drew Lock has been playing I wouldn't hate the under there. I'm not going to bet that just because, if Drew Lock does have a good game, that could make things, not good, let's say. Uh, some other values showing up, Pat Freiermuth, I don't like that at all. Tyrone Tracy under 2.5 receptions. Again, if Lock can't get the ball down the field, so I don't really like that much at all. Uh, Jordan Addison, I do like this one. He screwed us on this prop last week at plus money, I believe. But they are playing Atlanta, which gives some shootout potential, or if Cousins decides to throw a million picks again, that could be in play. One prop I do like, which I'm going to take a wager on now, is Foster Moreau. And I like his over. It's at DraftKings and it is at about let's see, uh, NFL. Saints should be one of the first games showing up. They are not. That's all right. It'll probably be easier to do it this way. Sorry, guys. Moving through this as quick as possible. Foster Moreau over 1.5 receptions, -165. Juice is a little high, but he actually hit this prop very early in the season for me. So, not that that's really it's more projection simulation based, but that's always good to know. Let's get one more, and then I actually want to show you guys something that I ran across yesterday. It's not my work, um, but it may help us find some props. And it looks like the gentleman or lady who is running this is updating it at least daily, if not. Some of it daily, if not weekly. Some of the stuff, even when I came across it yesterday, 20 minutes after it came out, some of the lines were already not correct on it. But anyway, I'll show you that, guys, in a second. But we're going with attempts here. Let's see what we got here. Um, I only heard us a little bit last week. I really like the A chain over, to be honest, on A chain or. But I'm showing value on the under for his rushes. We're gonna go with our well, we can't. Yes, we can at FanDuel. We can go with our tried and true on attempts. We will do it. I'll do it with you. I think one of his props had lost for us all year. I know someone else is getting some carries, but I'm gonna take a flyer because this has been good to us. Oh, DraftKings just gave us a better line. So, all right. This gentleman is Chuba Hubbard. That's our boy. And they did not give us a. I was looking at something else. So we got to go to FanDuel. Sorry about that, but a lot of numbers on the screen here. Just want to get this in, then I'll show you what I've been talking to. And we're still going to come back around. Well, I'll do a couple more NFL props and then we'll come back around. And then I do want to do the college basketball, something to show you guys there too. Or maybe I won't show it, but I'll at least tell you about it. All these books have me primed to go to NBA right away because that's what I'm playing 90% of the time. But where are we here? Rushing attempts at FanDuel. I'm playing it over 14.5 plus 108. They're playing the Eagles, scares me a little bit, but I'll take it at plus money. All right, let me show you what I was talking about with the props that I came across yesterday with the NFL. And I've got to share my screen for it. Um, I just want to make sure I have it up here. Okay, I want to, let's see if we can make it bigger for, no, it's going to be small. Well, hopefully everybody can see it. I may enlarge the window when I share it, but, or maybe I can get rid of the game and start time. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the game and start time out of what I'm about to show you, and I might be able to make it a little bit bigger. All right. So let's do this. Let me go to Restream, get this set up for us. This is something I came across yesterday, scouring the internet for anything and everything as far as modeling and just any tidbits and stuff I can find. And I did come across this. Let me add my screen. It's just running a little slowly before. Let me go to window, and here we are. I hope you guys can see this. On the left here, I gotta make sure it's my own screen. Okay, so a couple things on this here. I gotta pull this back up. Um, so again, some of the stuff didn't really update. Like, for example, Saquon's points for rushing yards, meaning how many rushing yards, 99.5. They're really nowhere. It's nowhere near that. The lines have kind of moved from this, so it's not all accurate, and it takes a little bit of uh, guesswork as well, just compared to some others, or maybe some props that are closer here. So, for example, um, with Bijan Robinson, I mentioned to you guys earlier, and this is I actually played it from this. Wasn't projection based. Just double checking. Right. Okay. Yeah. So I had the line at this exact line here. That's exactly what I bet last night. 69.5 minus 145 under rushing yards. Okay. You see they're playing the Vikings. You know the Vikings have a good D. You see your book here. Let me enlarge this a little bit as I go through this. You see your event, your book, your player here, Bijan, under rushing yard. That's the outcome. Under rushing yards, 69.5 minus 145. Uh, Pinnacle. He keyed Pinnacle as sharp for the NFL. Um, Probably the sharpest really is in my opinion, bookmaker. Um, So I might have keyed to that. I might even key to FanDuel, to be honest. But Pinnacle generally with almost everything is pretty sharp, but their props are a tiny bit weak, you believe it or not. But anyway, so we took, and I want to explain that again. I gotta go up here. Where's Bijan? Okay, so Pinnacle. Let me just scroll up here. Pinnacle had Bijan under 62.5. So the point delta on that, think of it as a 7% difference between the 16 or the point difference between 69.5 and 62.5. And we pop over and it puts it in terms of percentage terms what the difference is and then whether it's favorable for us. So I'm not going to wager too much off this sheet because I just found it. I know the source is well versed with data, but besides that, I don't know really anything. And like I said, some of these are stale. The one thing I did notice is this does get frequently updated, and I noticed the second page. I don't know why it says same points. I assume the point delta is 0, but they're just not even accounting for points, as you'll see, because all of these are anytime touchdown. And so I'm assuming that maybe some of it just compares the odds, but you'll see again, this one's a little different because I didn't delete start time. Let me delete it. Uh, you got your event, your book, your player, your outcome. Did they score an anytime touchdown? They're all going to be yes, obviously, because, well, not obviously, but at least in for me, because you can't bet negatives. So anyway, this fucking thing from this. Okay. Yeah, so it's the odds delta percentage. So it's a difference in the odds. That's what I thought. So 254, 325. In percentage terms, it's 4.72%, and then it makes an assessment based on everything. Is it favorable? Yes, they like Elijah Moore. It's not. It's just favorable in terms of again with everything. You'll see some. There's a 4.17% difference, and it still says no. So again, I don't know all the calculations. I've seen the code for this. It looks on the up and up. But just something to consider going forward. I do want to go back now and see if we can do some more NFL, not based on this. Stop sharing. Now I see my fine face, handsome as fuck. Um, let's get into some yardage props for the NFL, and then I'm gonna switch over to college basketball. Um, I'll just do receiving yards because they're just going to be the most as far as receiving yards are concerned. I would have liked to do this Friday night, but we have, or tonight, but we have college football props and NBA loaded. And I want to do some NHL props there too. So that might be later tonight. I might just tweet them out, but I might do a little supplemental thing with some of these. Anyway, with the NFL, I should say, not some of these. Likes Calvin Ridley under 65.5 receiving yards. I'm not a gigantic fan of that. We could pair Foster Moreau because it's showing value on over 16.5 yards, and we already have him for one catch. Uh, Something we could look at. Here's one that I did like at FanDuel. And this one was Michael Wilson, receiver for the Cardinals. They're playing the Seahawks this week. Uh, and also going to do something else. I'm running out of tabs here. I'm going to put him, well, I might put him through the full on uh, individual simulator. We'll see. I probably not, just I don't have the time. But yeah, I kind of like Foster Moreau. I mentioned maybe doubling up on that. Or I do like Michael Wilson over, yeah, I will do the yard over 27.5 receiving yards minus 114. I'm gonna get in there with you as always. Well, not as always, but at 99% of the time. So that oh, Foster Moreau receiving just came off of DraftKings. That's interesting. Um, did I lose Michael Wilson yet? No. Over 27.5 minus 114. FanDuel. We'll put that in for us. We're in because I didn't get pinwheeled to death. We have him projected at 3.21 receptions and receiving the actual yardage. We have him at, I lost him, 41.72. Let's see here, 41.72, 72. Again, we already placed this, but I just want to show you something else because you may see me tweet about this. So let me share my screen again so you guys can see screen share. I do want a Chrome window. I believe it's this one. Yes, okay. So we simulated all of this here. It will show up with a table. This is some of the software I use from Unabated. And it'll show our 27.5 over line. It likes it minus 171. So we just bet minus 114. So that's some good value on that over. It'll display it in a graph for you. If you like, it does over under, so let's find 27.5. We actually have that right here. It's going to show you, oh, 27.5 is going to show you the percentage that the under hits, 36.94, and the over is 63.06%. Um, but what I really wanted to show you guys is the summary because it'll tell you when it does the simulation what the mean yardage was, which was 41.8108, and the median, which was 36. So you can see why 27.5 is going to have some value there. All right. It's a good time as we transition from sports to tell you that our stream, show, podcast, whatever you want to call it, is powered by Bet 105. Bet 105 has some reduced juice, has some great cash back options, no KYC, simple in and out crypto deposits, high limits. Prop limits are tiny bit low, but they're coming up. They're also offering more on their menu. I can confirm. I looked at it. Bet 105, where the pros play. I don't take any financial incentive from them. It's just they let me use their name likeness to help get some traction with this, and we thank them kindly. All right, so let's go to college basketball. Um, it's not a gigantic slate. The two games I'm gonna focus on, well, there's probably 3 or 4 games I'm gonna focus on here quickly. Um, I'm just gonna give you 2, little insight here, a little pulling back the screen, a little bit. Um, so again, I'm never really sharing my screen this much, during these podcasts, but, or stream or but whatever. We'll get it shared. Let's see where we are on this here. Screen share, Chrome tab, untitled spreadsheet, share. All right, so we got our games. And team West Virginia, Georgetown, where the location is, my team rank, their opponent's rank, what the predicted score showed up as a model input for 9.3. I guess you could take that as a rough spread. I never do that because I found that it kind of uh, it's just not the best option. Well, actually, no, it's more so it does better than the totals. It's not bad. It's plus EV, but you really, really have to grind. Like really have to grind. But this was the code that produced this model was written by one of the smartest sports analytic minds there are. But what I wanted to do actually um, is, and this is a win percentage for the whole game here. So what I did is I already made a wager for this. I believe I'm going to, I don't know if this shows my screen here. No, okay. So I moved to a different one. Um, Let me find, I gotta pull up the college basketball odds. That's what I'm looking to do. So for example, you're going to see a 10 uh, or almost a 10-point theoretical spread you would have for that game. If we go and we price out where that is, it has, oh, we're on West Virginia, Georgetown, the wrong game there. West Virginia, Georgetown. Why is this not showing? Okay, minus 8.5. So show some value on West Virginia. One thing I will say is for a while, home dogs were very very good. Secret's kind of out with that, but 9.3. She got about a full point difference. Not the greatest amount of value, but anyway, what I did want to do is I want to do something with the team totals, and I'll show you what I did with this. So we have our model outputs, right? So let's say I just actually want to see. This might make it easier to explain. All right, I did it with Indiana and Miami, Ohio is one that I placed. So I'm gonna do it with that. So we got Indianapolis and Miami of Ohio. Um, where all are they? So Indiana has an 82.82, and uh, you see Miami of Ohio at 65.6 for their team total. Now, if I were to basically, I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm not trying to fuck with the win percentage of the whole game, just the win percentage of the team total. So, okay, we have 82.2, 65.6. I can't share multiple screens, which would be likely. I do have to switch it up uh, on this just for a moment. I built this tiny little Python script in like an hour last night, not even. So I'm going to replace screen sharing. I'm going to go to a window. It's not going to let me open. Let me see if now it'll show up on as a window. Um, yeah, okay. All right. Let's see if this works. All right, so this is Python if you've never seen it. I'm not going to walk you through all this. All I'm going to say here is I'm going to do team one will do Indiana, and Indiana was, as I go back to, um, I'm sharing the whole screen, I think. No, I'm sharing a window. Okay. So we're going to go back to Indiana. They were 82.2 and their opponent 65.6, 82.2, 65.6, 82.2. Oops, I added a period. And I believe it was 65.6. So this is like the simplest Python script in the world. But what it's going to do is it uses log normal scoring simulation with a Monte Carlo, what do you call it? Simulations going on, and you can't really see here, at least I don't see it. Which, okay, number of simulations, 15,000. So we're going to simulate that 15,000 times with those. Uh, okay. So what it does now is it gives us the odds for each team total. So um, it gives an 87% chance that 80% chance that this is going to be 87.54 and then 12.45. So 87%, or it's saying the odds should be here 87%. So what I wanted to do, sorry, I got to stop screen share one more time. Um, because then I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do from there. Uh, but actually, I'll skip it because we got a lot to go on. But that shows that it believes that Indiana 82.5 is going to go. Um, that would be okay, for and it sucks because the team totals aren't on the odd screen, which is why I'm, crumbling in the background here, sounding like I'm not making any sense, um, with all of this, but I don't have team totals on my odd screen, so I have to go. I'm gonna use DraftKings, it's probably in game lines here, um team props. Okay. So what they have for 86.5 is minus 105. So we're projecting 82%. They're saying that it'll happen about what was it? I think about 87%. So for 82 to work, we're just going to put that in terms of a oh, I'm all over the place today, guys. Sorry about this. Just way too many windows here. All right, so we're gonna take our probability, and I promise we'll get through this shortly. 87.54. If there's an implied probability of 87.54, that's minus 703. And then if you took their implied probability for 82.2 or 86.5, I'm sorry, they have a minus 105, which would be equal to, in percentage terms, 51.2%. So they think there's a 51.2% chance that it hits 86 and a half. We know that's just more than a coin flip. We know that our team total as it is came under at 82. Uh, and, or I'm sorry, yeah, the team total itself was 82. And that had a minus 700. So we're talking about a 4 pointish difference and almost a 600, minus 105, minus 705, it's a plus 605 difference for 4 points. So we played the under on that for team total. It's kind of high. Not that Miami, Ohio is great, but and then another one. Well, we ran a couple, but we got some team totals. I do like that. That's pretty high for a team, even as good as how Indiana is. Um, so that's a little showing there. Coming up a little past 10, I do not have time to go past 10:30. Really, 10:20 would be more of a. So I want to talk about the UFC though. So the UFC, I have my own model, and I also follow a website that does use some AI to predict these fights, but I more use it for their um, visuals that they have as well on their analytics. And um, I do want to talk about one particular fight that I like, and I'll go through and I'll get. I have some other bets that I made, but I'll give you some of these. This is just the first one that I wanted to talk about with this. I like Nate Landwehr. I don't know how to say it. Landwehr at -130. Um, and I'll show you a couple reasons why I like him. So, getting ready for another screen share. As soon as I make sure I'm on the right fight here. Um, Analytics. All right, so this is a 3 round fight here, and let's get the screen share up and going again. Um, so hopefully this is working. And let's take a look at significant strikes. So it forecasts that in round one, 16 significant strikes for Choi, 24 for our boy. You will see how they all trend downwards. That's because as the fight goes on, you get more fatigued. And you can see sort of a nice opening here. They forecast for Zero or for Landwehr. The gap tightens in round two, and round three, you see they forecast a big uh, fall off for Choi. That's just significant strikes. Um, let's go to the takedowns is kind of bad because sh- basically they're saying Choi is a somewhat of an attempt for a takedown here, and then by round three it's going to be closer to 50% chance of a takedown. I know it's kind of weird to my mother texted me. I don't know if that popped up on the screen. Uh, let's see here. How about how about knockdowns? They do forecast a little better chance here. Total strikes. Not just significant strikes, but total strikes. You'll see Landwehr coming up. They're about even in the second round, and then Landwehr. So it really gives Landwehr a decided striking advantage. Submission attempts, they don't really. It's not forecasting. I mean, there's not going to be. I don't know what a reversal is. I don't know if this is like reversing a takedown. I just don't know. So, I like land where there. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen here. Um, that gives some of the analytics, a couple outright fight picks that these guys here like. And I have my own UFC model. I haven't had time to put it together, but they like Cyril Gahn says they don't have enough data to do anything with the main event Pantoja Asakura or Rakhmonov Machado. Rakhmonov is my favorite UFC fighter in the UFC today. A couple others that they liked. They like Vincente like Q, I think Lacu. I don't know how to say some of these names. And then it goes really into the prelims and pre-prelims and all of that. Excuse me. Bullshit. I am going to well share one prop that I already placed on the UFC, then I'm gonna share some other bets as well. Um I wrote these down. Some of them might even be gone by the time that I do that. But let me see. So what I did with Rachmaninoff is with Rachmaninoff, I bet him um, to win by submission or decision at DraftKings to win by submission or decision, uh, minus 125, because the money line to just pick overall is out of control. Um, so that's what I picked on that one. I'm just interested here. Okay. Um, all right. Sorry, just trying to figure out where we're going with this next. I'm gonna do my model really quick. I shouldn't say my model. It's a model that somebody built uh for me, for a lot of people. Um, but it has actually been sort of kind. So let's just do this. Let's do Pantoja. I have caps lock on. I'm not really sure why. And let's do this. So, I'm gonna pop you guys in on this screen share as well, because I'm just gonna be taking stats from UFC. This is again not my model. This is very simple, but surprisingly, it's done a decent job. Uh, I need to go to the UFC website to get this rolling. Need to view the card. Not letting me view the card. View the card. All right. See if we have enough here for me to do. Yeah, there's really nothing with Asakura. That's a problem. Can't do anything with that. Let's see if we can do anything with my boy Shavkat instead, or if there's really not enough for anything, and if not, then we'll just skip it. But we have enough for significant strikes. We have enough for grappling. Okay, so we'll do this. God, I have so many windows open. Shavkat and Machado. Okay. Um, Let me bring you guys in here on this. Hope we still got a decent amount of people here. I know this is run kind of long, get a little technical. But I promise after this, we'll just do regular UFC bets and then probably close it down for a little bit, maybe hit some more NFL props. I don't know. I'd like to hit some more NFL props, to be honest. If we can't, oh, I got some more anytime touchdowns. That's what we'll do. Um, all right. I got to go to the UFC website just to get primed up, but let's get you guys in here with the screen share window. We're gonna share. All right, yeah. So again, this is something I found online. I didn't build this. Very quick, simple. That's why I'm showing you guys how simple it can sometimes be. Not simple. I mean, this took the guy about an hour. He did it on YouTube to show it. Uh, it's trained on a ton of fight data. So you can see fight one, Adrian Yanez, Gustavo Lopez talks about the difference with some of these stats just to go through here and to clear the deck a little bit. Um, all right, so um, this is where you see this. This is significant strikes landed per minute difference between the two. That's the expected strike accuracy difference. That strikes absorbed per minute difference, takedown average difference, expected takedown accuracy difference, submission average difference, comes up with a score, log likelihood, regular likelihood. But the big thing is when we're all said and done, we run a regression based off this. Here's our X variables, coefficients, all this good stuff. Our R squared, not that bad at 0.12, or actually kind of bad at 0.12. But here's what I'll show you what happens. So basically, we back tested this, and it came with a 72.53% accuracy when we did this. So fairly accurate. That's why I do like it. But all right, Shavkat, significant strikes landed per minute by Shavkat, 4.12. Striking accuracy for our boy is 61. Uh, Strikes absorbed is 2.41. And our striking defense is he defends 51% of the time. Takedown average 1.49. Our takedown accuracy percentage is oops, 2900. Okay, so I'm just gonna expedite this. 29 accuracy, 100% on takedown defense, and his submission average is 1.79. So now we got to go back up and we go to Machado. Now let's just do Machado's takedown stats while I'm there. Let's do 0.77 and then 55. 0.77. This is 55. Takedown defense is 69. And then 0.31. 69. His submission average 0.31. And let's go to strikes landed per minute. Or significant strikes landed per minute, I should say, for him. 5.5. And striking accuracy, 55, 3.17 for the next one. 55, 3.17. And then his strength defense is, oops, 52. And I really need to, we can just get rid of this. What did I say? His fuck. 52. All right, so these are the win percentages for each of them. I'm gonna back it up. So this says Shavkat still favored, but just not by as much. So I like the Shavkat that I mentioned earlier, but if you're in the mood to take an underdog, there you go. I don't see any way Shavkat loses this fight. I think he's woefully underrated. I think he's one of the best fighters around. All right. So we will get out of the screen share here on UFC because I just want to announce a couple bets, hopefully, if any of this will work. Well, my caps lock remains stuck. How is this? Okay. So we're gonna do let's see. Maybe I don't have these yet. Um, yeah, okay. I'm gonna have to come back. Or no, that's oh, tell me this got all fucked. I don't need that. I'm down either. Fuck. That sucks. This isn't working. Damn. Uh, uh, yeah, I don't have it right now. I don't think it's not working. Uh, yeah, all right. Sorry, guys. Let me go back to, we'll circle back on the NFL. I know I mentioned I had some anytime touchdown scores for you. I showed them a little bit before, not only the ones that I gave out, but just I do want to go through some of these just so we can. I kind of want to tell you where I would cut off. Let's see. So many things running. This is quite an undertaking. Trying to find where everything is. Okay. This is what I showed everyone earlier for people who weren't in here. Um, but I'm gonna just I don't fucking need that. Let's make it even larger. Okay, so with the anytimes, we do it gives you the game, the play. Anyway, we'll just go to the player. Outcome's always going to be yes because we're doing anytime touchdown. Here are the odds here, and it does the odds percent delta. So point delta doesn't really matter. That's why it's 0. Actually, delete that because we don't need that. Um, but what it takes is the difference from the penny odds here, and thinking penny is sharp, and then calculates the difference and if it's advisable based upon the difference. I went through some of these, but is it favorable? So once we have favorable Puka Nakua at BetMGM, Elijah Moore at BetMGM, no and no for Devin Singletary, still a 3.9% advantage here. Kevin Austin would be a yes at plus 370 because he's plus 296 Pinnacle. And you can see how it all goes down the line with the book, the player, yes, so it's gonna be the outcome, what the odds are now compared to Pinnacle, Pinnacle's odds, the odds percentage delta and whether or not it's favorable. So I'll just name off a couple more that says they're favorable. We already did Puka Nakua. See, it'll update. It'll do DraftKings and then it'll do BetMGM. Puka Nakua, 36.7% at DraftKings. Brian Thomas Jr. I kind of like that one. To be honest with you guys, at plus 250, 3.17 percent. So, let's circle back one more time for some NFL props and some college basketball, and then I gotta call it pretty much immediately after that. Let's I should I just switch the screen share, but it's not gonna do that here. Please screen sharing, Chrome tab, untitled, share. We have our potential spreads here based on our predicted outcome here 77, 67.5. That would be our potential spread 9.5. I'm weary of home underdogs. But actually, now that I look at it, West Virginia's home. So there's no home underdog. So I like that a little more now because it was 8.5. Let's see what it's at now. Um, so if you look, you can see Georgetown minus 8.5. Let's see what else we got. Let's see what other big games we can do here. Let's try one more big game. Uh, Illinois. Well, that's really the only other one. Illinois Northwestern. I don't. I think I just typed something and I didn't mean to do that, but whatever. 4.4. Illinois visiting. So you do have the home underdog in Northwestern. We would have them plus 4.5. Um, well, actually, I didn't go back like I wanted to. Hang on. This is what happens. Share this tab instead. There's the 4.5. Illinois Northwestern. Illinois is the visitor. They're favored, meaning the home team Northwestern would be plus 4.5 according to our odds. Let's share this tab instead, and let's find where they are on here. And or Illinois Northwestern, you see a plus 3.5 here, probably plus 4. So you can see where maybe the home dog angle kind of manifested in the market. Looking at some other books down here. Um, But just watch out. The college basketball market is going to be really volatile to start the season. The other thing I'm going to do here is I'm just going to let you guys take a look at my NFL. I guess I have to do a captcha first. Confirm that I'm human. Let's choose all the hats. All right, I'll let you see some receiving yardage stuff that comes in. I just got to make sure this goes to the bottom. Make sure everything gets simulated. We'll sort it. It's still not working. We'll try to sort it again. Now it works. Come up here, and I'll just show you. I'll slowly scroll down so you guys can see some of the edges. This is Bet Online. That just means that's prop builder. So anything prop builder can be there. So let you take a look at the receiving yardage edges really quick in some of the books. And let me scroll down a little bit so you can see some more. Again, this is receiving yards. That's our yardage projection. If we switch here, we can see the reception projection too because it so once it gets about past the 8%, I don't really touch much after that. So, and I'll let you see it for rushing yards as well. And then I have some props that prop better I respect has. I don't know if the lines have changed. He sent me this last night. I didn't play any of them. Obviously, we didn't get all these here. You'll see the quarterbacks are hard to sim, so that's why they're just at 0. So let's just go up here, let you guys take a look. DeAndre Swift only has underdogs, so I'm going to move down a minute. Oh, see, we had an Aaron Jones just come off the board there at DraftKings. There you'll see my Tony Pollard bet. And again, make sure you guys line shop. All right. I gotta wrap this up. Went way fucking longer than I thought, but we had a nice audience. We're at about an hour. Let's close out with some a couple of props. Again, somebody I know who I respect as a prop better has sent them to me. I actually might have to. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. I only had Thursday night props. Well, I apologize, everybody, but it's a good time to end. I got to get out of here. I got to go to work, working from home now. That's why I got this on. Remember, Bet 105, it's bet105.eu. Cashback promotions, zero KYC, fast payouts. What else am I forgetting? Reduced juice, simple interface, Bet 105, where the pros play. If you're a high roller-ish, they do have some high limits on some stuff like the NFL. Let me just see what they're running per click on the NFL right now. So, for example, um, for Friday limits, and these are these are pretty good. So for 10:30 a.m. on your Friday, um, See, you can tell they're taking 5,000 per click on the NFL sides. That'll get up to much higher as limits go up on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. We'll go to NBA. Let's just show you the limits here. Say I want to bet Orlando. Early limits for even an NBA is 4,375. Let's go to college. Let's see what the totals. Totals a little less, but that's always the case. Totals are always less because they're easier to beat. And let's see the college basketball. Let's say I did want to go bet West Virginia minus 8.5 plus 100. That's a great line. And you'd be able to get 1,000 down if you wanted the total. Not as much, but those will all go up. So, all right, everybody. Thank you for joining me this morning. Hope you got some useful nuggets. Might be back later with NBA and college football prop show, but it is Friday. I do have a wife, and I already did a show today. So, yeah, drum roll on the way out. Take it easy, everyone.